Today we'll explore 30 fascinating revelations brought to the forefront by insiders in the realm of data mining. These insights also surfaced in the leak of GTA 6 videos from September 2022. Let's jump right into it. To kick things off, GTA 6 introduces a credit card mechanism that permits players to live beyond their means. You can apply for a credit card at a bank or online, granting you the ability to make purchases even when your funds are insufficient. However, it's imperative to remember that there's no such thing as free money. If you make a purchase on credit, you're given a grace period of 7 days to settle the debt, along with interest. Failing to do so will result in the bank dispatching enforcers after you. If they succeed in eliminating your character, you'll be held responsible for repaying the entire sum, covering medical expenses, and reimbursing the items you purchased on credit, all of which you'll forfeit if you can't afford to pay. The cycle then repeats, affording you another 7 days before the enforcers come knocking once more. Engaging in conflicts with rival gangs within GTA 6 carries substantial repercussions. Should you find yourself at odds with another gang, you'll likely become the target of their vengeance. Be prepared for intense pursuits, drive-by shootings, and fierce shootouts. If by chance you cross paths with the Mafia, they may dispatch a highly skilled hitman to eliminate you. By the way, I'm holding a monthly giveaway for a PlayStation 5. You just need to subscribe and you're entered. Now, back to the video. Progressing forward, GTA 6 introduces a dynamic stress system. When your character is under duress, falling asleep becomes more challenging, and in certain circumstances, they may find it impossible to rest at all. Several factors contribute to your character's stress levels, such as shootouts, withdrawals, police scrutiny, and occupational pressures. Each character in the game responds differently to stress, adding a unique and immersive layer to the gameplay experience. Now, let's discuss the reappearance of casinos in the game. This time, players can partake in online gambling. Nevertheless, there's a caveat. Your character can develop dependencies on gambling, drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. Each of these substances exhibits varying degrees of addictiveness. If your character becomes addicted, they'll undergo withdrawal symptoms, experience heightened stress levels, and witness a decline in their health. Interestingly, when you switch away from your character, they might independently seek out their addictions, often causing harm to themselves both physically and financially. In this upcoming game, engaging in criminal activities won't always lead to wealth and prosperity. You'll face the potential for legal consequences and the responsibility to compensate your victims or their families. However, it's not a one-sided affair. If you fall victim to criminal activities and the authorities apprehend the wrongdoer, you have the option to initiate a lawsuit seeking damages. This legal system introduces a heightened sense of accountability for your in-game actions. You won't be navigating the bustling streets of Vice City in isolation. During moments of need, you can request assistance from the police, ambulance, fire service, and even the Coast Guard. Lucia holds the authority to summon police backup, and she can also seek aid from the National Office of Security Enforcement and FIB. Contacting the National Office of Security Enforcement is a costly endeavor and should be reserved for the most dire of circumstances. Furthermore, it's crucial to acknowledge that every in-game character has a fundamental requirement for sleep. Ignoring this necessity will yield undesirable consequences. Your character's well-being will gradually deteriorate, their ability to heal will slow down, and their vision will become blurred over time. In extreme scenarios, your character might even briefly lose consciousness. It's vital to keep in mind that this mechanic applies even during missions and confrontations. Thus, it's of utmost importance to ensure your character receives adequate rest. Here's an intriguing nugget. If you leave your character idle while they're fatigued, they may autonomously take a nap. Lucia, a noteworthy character in GTA 6, takes on the role of a law enforcement officer. She begins her journey with a VCPD Buffalo as her patrol vehicle. However, exercise caution, as if this vehicle meets an unfortunate fate, you'll need to allocate resources from the department's budget for a replacement. While this information has been echoed by numerous insiders, it's essential to note that it remains unconfirmed whether this aspect will make its way into the final game. Not all of your earnings in GTA 6 originate from illicit activities. Jason, another character in the game, has the chance to secure legitimate employment. Roles such as a soldier, paramedic, delivery driver, or firefighter are available to him. Each job introduces unique gameplay elements, offering a refreshing departure from the typical criminal undertakings. These job options provide depth to Jason's character as you find yourself saving lives as a paramedic or battling blazes as a firefighter. These diverse roles offer a distinctive perspective on the world of GTA 6. Ever wish to take the vibrant GTA music experience with you on your virtual adventures? Well, in GTA 6, you're in luck. Your character can now don headphones and groove to radio stations while on foot. Whether you're leisurely strolling through the city or deeply immersed in a mission, your favorite tunes will remain your steadfast companions. Next on our agenda is the thrilling inclusion of Dr. Dre's in-game radio station, The Pharmacy. The iconic rapper and producer will serve as your musical companion as the station plays the entire 2001 album and a curated selection of other tracks. Whether you're cruising through the streets of Vice City or engaged in a high-speed pursuit, Dr. Dre's music will be your constant source of entertainment. Furthermore, each character in the game harbors a preferred weapon. Intriguingly, every character has a particular firearm they favor. These character traits weave into the narrative in captivating ways. For example, Jason may occasionally find himself incarcerated at the VCPD station. Given that Lucia, as mentioned earlier, serves as a police officer, she holds the responsibility of securing his release. If you switch to Jason without first arranging his release, he'll remain confined in the cell for a brief duration, temporarily disabling the character switch feature until Lucia intervenes. Social media also holds a significant role in the GTA 6 experience. Each character possesses their own Bleeder and Life Invader profiles, allowing them to engage in detailed interactions with other characters. This feature enables players to dive deeper into the lives and personalities of these characters, taking the concept to a whole new level compared to previous GTAs. Your characters are not solitary figures in this virtual universe. They can cultivate friendships and establish business relationships with other in-game characters. While pivotal figures like Jacob Hughes play vital roles in the storyline, the realm of social interactions extends beyond these central characters. Your characters have the opportunity to build connections with everyday civilians, promising a rich tapestry of dynamic relationships. In GTA 6, characters exhibit unique quirks and aversions, making them more human and relatable. Consider Lucia, for instance. She strongly dislikes Mondays, and her visible annoyance on this day is reflected in her dialogues, mirroring her mood. This seemingly minor detail is seamlessly integrated into the narrative multiple times, adding depth to her character. It's these subtleties that contribute to the authenticity and relatability of the characters in the upcoming game. So, if you find yourself in Lucia's shoes, be cautious on Mondays. Delving deeper into the characters, each individual in GTA 6 boasts their own sporting preferences. For instance, Jason is an ardent basketball enthusiast and passionately supports the Carcer City team. In contrast, Lucia is a fervent football fan. Adding a touch of sentimentality, Lucia's late husband had a deep affection for tennis, imbuing the sport with special significance for her. GTA 6 takes a significant step forward in terms of non-playable characters, NPCs, and their interactivity. Gone are the days of one-liners and idle chit-chat from past titles. Now, NPCs engage in full-fledged conversations, enriching the game world. Speaking of NPCs, it's essential to note that your character's attire plays a pivotal role in shaping how other characters perceive and interact with them. Consider Jason, for example. If he wears a sharp suit while in an upscale neighborhood, he can expect to receive the utmost respect. However, if he opts for worn sweatpants and a shabby shirt, those same individuals might regard him with suspicion, maintaining a vigilant eye, or treating him with indifference. What distinguishes GTA 6 is the autonomy granted to its characters. Occasionally, they will act in accordance with their individual personalities, without player intervention. For example, if Lucia is investigating a residence and a large dog charges at her, she might instinctively respond by firing at the dog before the player has a chance to react. Furthermore, if your character has a substantial amount of cash, they may make autonomous purchases. These transactions go beyond essentials like food, alcohol, tobacco, and drugs to fulfill their needs. They may even indulge in luxury items. For instance, if Jason has enough wealth, he might splurge on jewelry. In contrast, Lucia is the least likely to make luxury purchases without player guidance. Continuing our exploration, the television experience in the upcoming GTA promises to deliver unprecedented immersion. Televisions now feature schedules, and you can set alerts on your in-game phone to remind you of upcoming shows. You have the opportunity to tune in to a wide array of programs, including reality shows, comedy series, drama series, and even sporting events. Each series comprises multiple episodes that adhere to a specific schedule. Here's the exhilarating aspect. Your actions, both during and outside of missions, directly influence the content of news broadcasts on radio and TV. This dynamic feature breathes life and responsiveness into the game world. The game's commitment to realism reaches unprecedented levels with the introduction of visible sweat. While characters in GTA 5 did exhibit perspiration after extended runs, in GTA 6, you'll observe not just sweat on their clothing, but also droplets forming and tracing paths down their skin. This feature not only enhances the visual fidelity, but also serves as an indicator of your character's physical exertion and stress levels. In the domain of commercial air travel within GTA 6, you'll experience the interior of the plane rather than an external third-person perspective. Although the journey doesn't involve high-speed flying, you're unable to disembark from the aircraft if it's positioned over inaccessible terrain in the center of the map. Any attempt to do so triggers an animation where your character flies through this unreachable region before leaving the plane. While on board, players can stand, move around, interact with the surroundings, and even enjoy a drink at the onboard bar or discreetly switch to a different class. For those who lead a high-flying life with private jets in GTA 6, luxury extends to having a dedicated staff to oversee your residence. This staff includes butlers, chefs, maids, and other domestic personnel, and their roles are tailored to the specific needs of your abode, whether it's a lavish mansion or a more modest apartment. This level of customization allows you to align your living experience with your character's chosen lifestyle. Furthermore, events within the game world leave a lasting impact on your character. Paintball splatters, bloodstains, and dirt adhere to your character's skin until you take the initiative to cleanse them. This immersive detail introduces an additional layer of realism to the GTA 6 experience, making it feel more authentic than ever before. For those moments when you're taking ladies on dates, similar to Jason in GTA 6, it's worth noting that each woman has her own set of preferences and dislikes, reminiscent of GTA 4. Some may appreciate it when Jason dresses up for the occasion and might react unfavorably if he doesn't, or if he repeats outfits across multiple dates. These women also possess distinct preferences regarding activities, cuisine, vehicles, and music. While most of them will respond negatively to Jason's rudeness or hostility, some may be more forgiving. Thus, if you're stepping into Jason's shoes, remember to present your best self, both in terms of behavior and attire. When dealing with airport security services in GTA 6, it's imperative to proceed with caution. Suspicious behavior within an airport setting leads to scrutiny and questioning. Attempts to circumvent security checks result in severe consequences. Furthermore, any efforts to steal or hijack an aircraft will inevitably result in deadly outcomes. Going deeper into the game's intricacies, when using cabs or other public transportation in GTA 6, a new feature replaces the previous skip option from GTA 5. This iteration presents players with a sleep option. This feature allows your character to take a nap during the journey to their destination. It not only fast-forwards through the travel, but also provides a brief respite for your character. However, be cautious when choosing to nap during a ride, as there's a possibility of waking up to find you've been a victim of a robbery while asleep. Now, let's delve into what could be considered the most significant piece of information in this video, at least from my perspective. Rockstar Games has ambitious plans in store for GTA 6 post-launch. They are preparing to release 2 single-player DLCs, and these hold great promise for expanding the game's narrative. In the first of these downloadable content, DLC packages, players will find themselves in the shoes of Tony Prince, a character grappling with a harrowing drug addiction. His story unfolds in tandem with the events of GTA 6. The second DLC introduces a fresh perspective, allowing players to take on the role of Ramon, a member of the Vice City Vegas gang who has recently emerged from a lengthy 15-year prison sentence. Ramon's challenge is to adapt from being a respected figure within the gang to dealing with a new generation of gang members who hold no reverence for his past status. This narrative unfolds just prior to the events of GTA 6. However, it's essential to approach this information with a certain level of skepticism. As of September 2022, these details are grounded in leaks and rumors. Game development is a dynamic and intricate process, often involving substantial alterations before the final release. A notable example is Rockstar's original plans for GTA 5. While they initially intended single-player DLCs for the game, the overwhelming success of GTA Online shifted their focus towards the multiplayer aspect. Therefore, while we have heard intentions to introduce single-player DLCs for GTA 6, we must keep in mind that planning and execution are distinct phases. This isn't the first time a Grand Theft Auto title underwent significant changes before launch. For instance, GTA 3 underwent revisions in response to the tragic World Trade Center attack. Elements of the game that were considered sensitive or inappropriate in the aftermath of the tragedy were either altered or removed. In conclusion, while anticipation builds for the potential features and developments in GTA 6, it's crucial to recognize that the final version of the game may differ from our current knowledge. Nonetheless, we can remain confident that Rockstar Games will deliver a captivating and immersive experience that upholds the esteemed legacy of the Grand Theft Auto franchise.